In the first month of living on her own, Susan used 38 kiloliters of water. Table 2 shows the residential water tariffs including VAT. The tariff shown has increased by 5.5% from the previous year. Okay, we familiar with the tariff table, and by looking at the tariff table we can answer the questions below. Calculate the previous tariff for more than 60 kiloliters before the 5.5 increase. So let's look at what the questions ask us to look at, which is the more than 60 kiloliters. Now if you look at the tariff table, you'll see there's a section called more than 60 kiloliters, and what they want us to do is to take the tariff amount there of 35 rand and 92 cents, and we need to remove the 5.5% increase. So let's write the 35.92. What we need to do is we multiply it by 100 over 105.5. All I've done is I've added the 5.5 to the 100, and I've put that in the bottom. When we're taking out, we put it in the bottom. When we're adding, we put it in the top, whatever percentage we're speaking of. In this case it's 5.5, and when we multiply it through, we get the amount of 34 rand, 5 cents. Now remember, the amount has to be smaller because we are taking out the 5.5% increase. Okay, determine the amount Susan will have to pay for the 38 kiloliters of water. So we need to keep in mind that we only are going as much as 38 kiloliters. So we're going to use the table and the tariffs, right, one by one as we reach it. If you look at it from 0 to 6, we'll use 6 there, right? Let's write it out. From 6 to 20, we'll use 14 over there, right? So we keep adding. If we add these two up, we've only used 20, right? If you go to the next one, it's from 20 to 40. Now if you use the entire 20 to 40, that will be 20 there, but we only need 18 more. Now if we use 18 on this line here, so we've used that, 18 on this line, if we add it up, we've got 38. So that's basically how we're going to be multiplying our amount. So that means I'll take the 6 and I'll multiply by the amount there. That 14 I'll multiply by the amount, 18 multiply by the amount, and stop there, because 6, 14 and 18 will give me 38. So let's write it down and let's show you what we mean. So looking at the first line, we said it was 6, so it's 6 times the tariff there is 6 rand and 65 cents. Then we add the next one, which we said is 14 times the tariff that's on that line there is 28 rand 24 cents. Then we still need to add that 18. Now remember, we're not using the entire 20. See, from in this section here, from 20 to 40 is actually 20, but we only need 18 to give us our 38. So keep in mind and keep conscious of that when you're doing your calculations, that you don't exceed it, because in this case we are stopping at 38. So we multiplied by the amount there that's in line with that 18, and I ticked it off, which is 31 rand and 79 cents. So when we add this up here, we get an amount of, let's simplify it, because in exams it's nice to simplify it. So the first bracket would give us 39 rand and 90 cents. The second bracket would give us 395 rand and 36 cents, and the third bracket would give us an amount of 572.22. So adding up all this, we get an amount altogether of 1007 rand and 48 cents. So this is our amount for 38 kiloliters. Okay, due to regular water interruptions, Susan decided to install a water tank at her house. The cost of the tank installation and pump amounted to 6,200. She decided to borrow the money from a local institution. She took out a loan for the total amount of 6,200 at a simple interest rate of 12.5% per annum. She will pay the total loan amount with interest after 6 months. Calculate the total loan amount with the interest she would have to pay after 6 months. So some of the things that we can highlight on this question is that the Interest is simple interest. That's fairly straightforward. It's the same interest every year, and then it's 12.5% per annum, but the question wants us to do it in terms of 6 months, right? So the first thing we can do, which is fairly easy, we could take the 12.5% and we divide it by 2, and we get an amount of 0.0625. Right, remember that's percentage. Right. Now that we found this here, we will multiply this by 6,200. So let's take this now. Remember, this is for the 6 months. That's why we've divided by 2. So let's take the 6,200 and multiply it by the 0.0625%, and we get an amount of 387 rand 50 cents. Now remember, this is the interest for the 6 months. So what we need to do is we need to add it up to the total again. So therefore 6,200 plus the 387 rand 50 cents, and that would give us a total of 6,587 rand and 50 cents. The other way we could do it is we could look at the amount of months that we have. So we could say 6,200 times the 12.5%, right? And we could look at the months in terms of 6/12, and you'll arrive at the same working. Another way we could look at it is 6,200 times 0.125, that we've basically divided it by 100 already here, and we multiply by 0.5. So those are the 3 ways in which we could work it, but remember, you'd end up with the same answer of 6,587 rand 50 cents.